Hey, fight fans, welcome back to Carla Prusa MMA. I am Carla Prusa. Today, I'm with a very special guest. She is returning to the UFC Octagon this Saturday, April 5th, taking on Diana Belbita. She is the one, she is the only. She's UFC Flyweight Miss Dione Barbosa. Dione, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. Happy to be like finally in fight week, so I'm in good mood.
Absolutely. You've been doing this for quite a while now, your fourth contest in the UFC. At what point of the week does it really hit you? When do you really start feeling, hey, I got a fight coming up?
Well, I think like after the first month of the camp, I think is when your body start like you so beat up and everything. Yeah, I think like week like 5 is like a hard week for me, but after that, I have to like go like slow down. But it is when your body like, Jesus, I'm tired, like I'm broke, but I need to keep going like 4 more weeks and things like that.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people watch mixed martial arts in this day and age, but I think very few people understand what it's like to be a fighter. I think the fans, they look at the big names, right? They look at the Valentinas and the Amanda Nunez's and the McGregors, and they're like, wow, being a fighter, they're all millionaires. It's the best life ever. Little do they know, battling it out on the regional scene just to get there, you're not making much money. You're losing money for the most
Yeah,
part. You have to pay to
yeah.
train. A lot of people have 9 to 5 jobs, throw kids in there, a wife in there, husband in there, all this different stuff, have to miss all these holidays, don't get to see their family much, do this every single day just to chase the dream. You've been doing this for a long time. You're at the highest level of the sport. What's made you keep on going?
Oh my gosh, I love that. Like I know it's so hard, it's like hard life. I always live like away from my family basically because I'm like I left from my house with 14 years old because of judo. So I'm living in another city so far and everything. In the beginning, don't have like the internet, like it's not so accessible like right now. But yeah, it's hard. It is hard, like not so like stay away for family. Like you say, like you need like you have like normal life. You have like take care about the things that are your house, like relationship and everything, and it's you need like show up, do your job. Like it's hard. It's like mentally, it's like for our body, it's so hard, and for mental thing too. So like it is a crazy life, but I love that. I love like be like have like new challenge in my life, and I have a big dream. So this make me move every single day, wake up. I'm like, yeah, it is hard, but I love that. This is what I'm like I asking for. So this like make me like keep going, keep going. Like I have like I talk like with this for everybody around me. Like when I don't feel like this anymore, I don't love, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to train because I'm like, I don't like that. Like when I'm tired, like it's like about discipline. You're tired, but like I'm tired so many times. I just wake up like chain go. I don't think about because I need to do. I need like do whatever I need to do. But I never feel like, oh, I really don't want to go because I don't like that. Because I'm like, I'm I'm sick. I'm like, no, it's no for me. Like never. So when I feel something like that, yeah, maybe like no more MMA. But till now, I'm like, nah, so
Do you,
far from that.
do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
It is. It is. I think like um especially like yeah, for sure like mental, like the mental like count a lot. So this is so important like when we talk about short notice and everything, when people talk like sometimes we don't have like time enough for like prepare our mind for fight mood, for like keep like because the game plan sometimes like you keep like frustrated. You have a game plan when you have like time for like train. Sometimes the game plan like doesn't work, but you have like you train your mind for like okay, you need to go another way. You give like do this let's back for like now it's time to back to the, like the game because now like I broke her, like now I know like so like mental is so important. Like sometimes I think about train when we in campy, your body need to be strong, a lot strong because like it's a lot train, is a lot like repetition, do again, 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 again. But once the fight, like it's already there. Your body like is strong, you know that. But if your mind is no like training off, if like is no like the same like line, like radio station, done. So like yeah, I think when like 5 days, like it's more mental for sure.
One thing we're seeing this day and age of mixed martial arts, you're seeing a lot of entertainment and personality.
Mhm.
Now is more than ever, they're guys who are characters. They put on facades. They're people because they know it's going to be a title shot. They say all this
Yes,
crazy stuff because they know they're going to get more money. They're going to get the big fights. How do
yes.
you feel that personality and entertainment has affected combat sports?
I mean, I think like our martial like artists, this is a place for everybody. Like of course have like lines you cannot to cross. I'm not agree for like with when you like go you got try like um trash talking, talk about like religion, things like that. For me, like to cross the line, you like don't have character, like they can do that. Talk about the family, things like that, but like about the entertainment, like the new like personages like we have right now. I think it's a place for everybody. Like martial arts, I go to the start the martial arts because that. So like people told me like, yeah, this is a place for everybody. You can do like a girl, a boy, if you like overweight, no weight, because we have like class, weight class. I come like from judo. So you can like fit in, you can fit that. So like, why not? I cannot just say like, I don't like that. It's so like, they do like so much things, show man, like I like that. Like we need that. It's good for like the MMA. So we need to give like develops for like these personages like we have.
For you, what does it mean to call yourself a martial artist?
What do you mean? I'm like, it's my lifestyle. I think like I'm not just like a fighter. I'm like I'm an athlete. I'm like I put like my life uh for them. Like since I have like 7 years old, this is the lifestyle I like. This is what I think like 25 to 7. We talk about like fight every single day, like the respect, the everything. So like I think the whole package. Like I'm like no just a fighter. I love to be like part of this group to like a fighter. I never think like when I start martial arts, I'm like, oh, I'll fight MMA. I'm like, no. Like I like the respect, like we have each other, the this thing about like it's for everybody, doesn't matter like who you are. If you went like in the mat, you need like respect to like the people's like over there teaching the class. If like the belt you have it like in your like on you, uh doesn't matter if like you need respect, people like come first and everything. So like this is why I think.
Absolutely. As a pro, you've done really big things, starting off in the regional scene, going to LFA, then eventually found yourself in Dana White Contender Series. You took on Rain Guerrero.
Crazy.
Do you remember where you were when you got that phone call that you were going to be fighting on the Contender?
Oh yeah, I really remember that. I was have a lunch sitting like in the floor of my bedroom. I live like and I have roommates and everything. And I sit and watch something. I just like come back like for the train stuff. And I'm having lunch for get wedding to go work because I teach a lot class like when I'm in California. And he called me. I just eat like a big plate. I remember like yesterday. And he called me. My manager called me like, "Oh, Johnny, do you think you can? How's your weight right now?" I'm like, 142 and a half, maybe without eating. And he like, "Do you think you can make a weight like Monday?" And I'm like, I start to make like in my mind just come like Monday. If I make Monday, wait Monday. I will fight Tuesday. It's contender series. I'm like, yes, I can. Give my contract. Like send him the contract. And don't like just like I will do that. It's my like obligation. Make wait. I'm waiting for this opportunity like for so long. I will make happen. And he like, okay, okay, okay. And he don't talk about like opponent and nothing. He just like as that I'm like, yeah, send the contract and I figure it out. And I remember like the second thing I did, I just like finished and call for my like my boss, like the owner of the gym, like, this happened, this he like, of course, do whatever you need to do. Bye. See you in Vegas. I'm like, Jesus. And I start call like my coach and everything and like crazy.
What was that moment like? You went out there against Rain Guerrero, someone who's had a great career in her own, doing good things on the regional scene, picked up a great victory after her. Was it almost surreal, when you're sitting there and he's calling your name, telling you that you're part of the UFC? I mean, could you even believe what was going on?
No, I can't tell you like no. I take like more than like a week for like figure it out. Like I remember every single thing. I'm so grateful all the time. I remember one part like because it's so crazy. I'm so like out because I get there like Saturday so late and like I fight Tuesday and like Wednesday 5 a.m. I just pack my thing to start drive back. I remember it's crazy. When I'm like I get in California, I'm like, yeah, because I have like class for like I remember like teach judo in the Kings and 4 p.m. And I just think about like, oh, I'm so like in automatic mode and like but I remember like when I come back from like the fight, after the fight, I sit in the bed and I'm like, Jesus, what just like happened here? And people start like come for the room, let's go eat. But I'm still like try process everything and I go to like for my class I get in like in California, start like fix my thing in the room and open like my clothes for the fight, like glove. I'm like, Jesus, this really like happened. And go to social media, a lot of people talk. I'm like, when I go to the class, like all the kids there, they watch me and I start crying and everything. Like now I'm like, this is when I'm like start being like so emotional, like it's crazy.
One of the great things about being in the UFC is when you become a UFC fighter, you have that platform. That platform helps you in so many different things. After the Contender Series, getting onto the UFC, did you really feel attention? I mean, are people coming out of everywhere messaging you? Did you really start feeling the hype and attention?
Yeah, but like I feel a little bit I think it's normal. Of course, like we have different levels, have like the big names is so crazy, but people start like to like see me like different, like but people who like know me, believe in me and like see like I'm working every single day, like nothing changed. They like I remember like too like when I call like my boss, he like I know that. He like do whatever you need to do because I know this coming. I know you're working. I know everything. I'm like, I just don't know. It'll be like so soon, like 4 days and everything. But like, you know what, you ready? Like you always talk to me like I want to fight. I can fight tomorrow. This is like who I am, and I know like, and he say like I know like you get this opportunity. Like you cannot say no, no, like for you because like you work so hard and like this is like the way I feel. But yeah, for sure, different attention. People's come to me, talk with me. It is nice. It is nice.
Following the Contender Series, you found yourself on a big UFC 301 pay-per-view. Were able to get your first official win in the UFC. What was that experience like being thrown into a big pay-per-view card? Steve Eckridge and I think Pantoja headlining it. What was
Mhm.
it like?
It's crazy because in that moment when they call me, like the card is in Brazil. I don't be in Brazil for like over the 3 years. Don't see my mom like almost 5 years. And it's a lot of emotion and like it's amazing opportunity. I dream with fight in Brazil and Rio de Janeiro so many times. I think my manage, like my older manage, I play with him about like the day I fight in Brazil. If in Rio de Janeiro, I will like walk, like my walk song will be like Furacão dos Music, like a funk, like is it the music like from Rio de Janeiro and everything. And when this happened, I'm like, Jesus, when they come, I'm like, unbelievable. I'm like, I'm so grateful for everything. Like, and I'm like, yeah, this will happen. And the same point is a really hard campy for me because I get like a really like bad injury. I'm dealing with like 2024 like whole year. Like things like it's crazy, but like I told you, like it's mental. It's mental thing because when you have um a long camp, you have like time for prepare like your mind for every single thing happen. So this happened like 4 weeks before and take me from train like for so long, take me from like grappling. It's like the thing I'm do like I'm from grappling. I'm like my natural and everything. And I'm like, Jesus, but and anytime I think about like pull out, think about like lost the fight because I just like, yeah, what I can do. Like situation is this, like so the mental part is like so there and I want this so bad. But it's amazing experience. Like it's whole package for me.
You know, you mentioned a couple times before you started in the MMA world, your big deal in judo. You know, having that judo background, did that make the transition a little easier, learning the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling, the other dynamics of mixed martial arts?
I mean, people's like I talk with so many like people's about like when you come from like so competitive, like high level, I always help you. You know what I mean? It's like you know how to do, you know how win, like and everything, like it is normal for you, but in the beginning it's kind of easy, but the level we are right now is like it's a high like high level. Everybody know how to like to fight MMA, have like good things, good defense and everything. So like right now, like in this level, we need to be like a future. Like we need to know how use the best thing you have the right way. So find this balance. Like I talk with wrestling, with like people's like fight judo too, like before. And it is hard in that point because you don't know, you need to like really like drilling what's actually like you can use this, judo, you cannot use everything because in the beginning you think you can use everything. I'm like judo, I'm like wrestling, I will like just take down. I'm like, no, it's not like that. We need to try find like the right balance, the way that the connection you need. So it is hard. This part is hard. The beginning, I think we have like advantage, but in that point right now, you need to make different. So when you try like you need to try like refine like do like a new things with something you already have, it's kind of like hard. So like the beginning, I think is advantage, and the high level, you need deal with like find this balance and really use what like is work for you. Like things that judo, like it's not everything's work. So I figured it out this. I'm like, yeah, I need to like try find the balance. And when you like this point is really hard. I talk with like so many athletes from older like older like martial arts. They talk about yeah, because you start to like if I do that, if I do that, if like you think too much, and when we're there, we cannot think too much. So it's something we need like fix in the gym and do it, do it, do it, do it, and like it's a new sport.
Absolutely. So you're taking on Diana Belbita this Saturday when you make your return to the Apex. Overall, what do you think of her as an opponent?
I think like it's a really like good match after like I tried fight so long. Like we tried to get a fight the end like the last year. They tried put me like February 8th at the Australia. And I say to us yes for two opponents, they say no. March, they have like a mess up with like the eighth class, but I say yes for the fight in Mexico, but like, and they're like, Johnny, I will push you one week and we have this girl. I'm like, let's do it. I just want to fight. About like my opponent, she have a like good strike. She like walk forward. I like this style. This style want like test my strike too. I'm aggressive too. Like, so I think I really like good match. Be honest, she have like 24 fights. She's like more experienced than me. She like in UFC, I think they're like her fight number 7 or 8. So is the type of fight I want. I want ladies like have like more experience than me. I have like 10 fights. MMA is pretty new for me still. Like, but I know I'm ready for like for this level, like size the day one, and I think it would be a good match, and I will like finish the day with a good victory.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, when you look at your record, you know, you're relatively new in mixed martial arts, but I mean, you have fought some of the best fighters in the world. I mean, Corinne Silva, Josani Nunez, Jenna Bishop's on here, Miranda Maverick. You know, Belvita's a great fighter in her own right. Does it really reinforce you, you know, when you fight these high level competitions, names that people who watch the sport know and realize that you belong here?
Yeah, I think so. I'm like I'm no afraid for fight and no one like size the day one. So like I have hard time for like uh sign fights. A lot of people like pull outs, like no one like want to fight you. I fight like twice, like amateur, because it's so hard to get like amateur fight as well. So I'm like, Jesus, what I need to do? And my coach like, Jenny, you're ready. You can go for like UFC. Like since I have 3-0, like you have level 4. I'm like, I I at that point I don't believe so because I'm like it's pretty new, like I have like in maybe in judo like 500 like match till realize yeah, I know how to do this is like take a while. You cannot like fight 3 times and like, yeah, this is my like favorite shot. If when I do this, I will like it's no work like that. So like, but they always like believe a lot in me, and like in that point, I just like, okay, I will have really hard like fights. I know that. So like, what I need to do right now is like train hard, do whatever I need to do, go like be around like people's will like put my level up. So for me, like, oh, like my record is like in the gym. So it is hard. I hope like people's like understand like how hard like for us like come from like another martial arts like get fight and like be there like you say like I think half like my record is with like people's like in UFC and like and big promotion. I never like take like I don't be able to like build your dog think like that. No, like every time like people do that. I saw like a lot of people come with like big shirt dogs for UFC and like things that happen because you don't test like yourself the right way. So sorry.
Another fighter that we've seen crossover from judo to mixed martial arts was Ronda Rousey. Obviously, a really big
Hmm.
name in the sport. Is
Yes,
that someone that you kind of look up to a little bit?
but like this style of fight.
Yeah, like 'cause she was a big judo Olympian and everything, and then she made that crossover and did really well in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, of course. We saw like I saw personally like for athletes like from like my cycle because Juana Pinheiro, Amanda Ribas, they train with me. They competing like judo like the same time I competing too. And Leo Leite, I don't know if you know too. I think Leo Leite probably is the first one. Juliana Velasquez. So like the people like come from judo competing, I'm like, oh, in the beginning I don't want to be honest like I think like no, it's not my thing. But the first time I did, I'm like, you know what? This is fun. Let's try one more time and just keep going. But yeah, of course, Rhonda is a big name. Kayla Harrison is there like right now, like doing like her thing too. But help myself for sure. Be confident, say like, yeah, it's something I can do. Like actually they like we have an advantage, like I told you, like in the beginning and things like that. And from that I can like build like big things. Why not? Let's do it.
Absolutely. Before I let you go here, we have some big UFC fights coming up, and I want to get your predictions of who you think are going to win some of these matchups. So we got a big Miami card coming up here in a couple of weeks. We got Patty Pimblett versus Michael Chandler. Who do you got winning that?
I would stay with Patty. I would stay with Patty. But it is hard fight. It is hard fight.
How about Diego Lopez and Alexander Volkanovski?
Brazil all the time. Diego.
How about Bilal Muhammad or Jack Dalla Maddalena?
Ugh, Jack.
Jack, okay. And then we
I
got a
know her.
last one, big rematch coming up, Marab and Sean O'Malley.
Marab. I love Marab. He's like a friend mine. So, and you forget Jean Silva. You don't say, but Jean too. Jean breast me too. Jean all day.
There you go. All right, so we're coming up on it. Last question. You're fighting this Saturday night, making your return April 5th to the Apex. Take it on Diana Belbita in a perfect world. What is the outcome? We take on Diana Belbita Saturday night.
I will finish this fight. This I'm looking for. Of course, I will like have like take my time, build, but I want like finish this fight 100%. I want like prove like so many things for myself. Of course, I want the W like in the end of the day, so I can see myself with my hand like rise and with like a beautiful finish.
Absolutely. Well, Gianni, thank you so much for your time today. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Hope you have a great fight week and best of luck on Saturday, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, for having me here. It's a pleasure like talk with you guys. Love you guys. Always come with like good like questions, talk about the life. It's amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's it for us today. I'm Carl Prusa. She is Miss Diana Barbosa. You watch her Saturday night taking on Diana Belbita. Don't miss it, fight fans.
Oh.